The IRS just gave a warning if you're using one of these apps including Venmo, PayPal, and CashApp, just to name a few. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, the IRS just gave a very important warning that I want to bring to your attention right here in this video. If you're one of the people using one of these very popular money transferring apps including Venmo, PayPal, CashApp, just to name a few, as there are numerous of these apps out there, I want to bring this to your attention because this is very important and right out of the IRS, so let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing all the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what's actually going on, and most importantly, how all these new announcements are going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course anything else out there right now you can possibly grab and or take advantage of. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any videos going forward, as it's a very busy time and information is changing very rapidly. And also remember, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. That's my dedication, that's my commitment, and as always, that's my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. Alright, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about the very important warning right out of the IRS if you're somebody using any of these money transferring apps. Now again, I've been using these three examples here, PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, but honestly, there's a lot more than that out there, and it applies to all of them, even for those I did not mention so far in this video. But I want to bring this to your attention because some major changes coming in right now in 2022 in regards to some new pieces of legislation that were passed last year in 2021, and I've got to bring this to your attention because unfortunately this is going to impact a lot of people, and there's going to be a lot of people out there that are not aware of this, and I need to bring this to your attention right away. So first off, last year in March of 2021, the lawmakers passed the American Rescue Plan. Within it, there was a piece of legislation talking about the changes to these money transferring apps. Well, now in 2022, it has gone into effect, and the IRS just gave that warning about it. Here's what it comes down to. If you're using any of these apps and you have received $600 or more as a total in 2022, this is going to be very important to pay attention to, because here's the thing. These apps, as in where you're sending and or receiving money, if you receive $600 or more in the entire calendar year of 2022, they will need to issue you a 1099-K. Basically what that means is you got to report all this to the IRS, and your income needs to reflect that money that is being transferred to you. Now, here's the difference, though, and again, I've been doing a lot of research on this, and again, there's going to be some major problems out there with all of this going on, and here's why. Because how do they know if this money is coming into you as a result of you rendering services, selling a product, or something like that, versus just being reimbursed for from a friend or a family member for maybe dinner or gas, or maybe you did something for them and they're repaying you or they're reimbursing you by sending you, say, $100 or $200 or whatever it happens to be. But remember, this $600 threshold is through the entire course of 2022. Let's be real. If you're receiving or if you're using any of these money transferring apps, it's not that hard to be reimbursed through the entire course of 2022, 365 days, to be reimbursed by, say, $600, $650, or anything more than that, right? Over the course of the entire year, a lot of people are probably going to be over that threshold. Now, here's the thing. Now, you would not need to be getting a 1099-K from these apps if this is reimbursement, as in if you're being reimbursed from a family member or a friend or something like that, this would not qualify, as in you would not be getting a 1099-K for that. However, if you're getting paid because you've rendered services or because you've sold something like that, then yes, these would be the ones that would actually issue the 1099-K. And again, brings us back to the big question mark. How do these apps know which of this money that's being sent to you is actually from rendering of services or sale of goods, or it's just reimbursement? Good question. That's the problem right there, and that's what's going to cause huge issues for a lot of people, okay? Now here's what's coming out. The IRS is basically just sending out this warning saying, you've got to report all this because we're going to have all this reported to us and they're going to know about all of this. Now, here's the thing as well. Nothing changes with all of this. All income is always reportable by the IRS, right? So any income that you have needs to be reported to the IRS. Nothing has changed by that. That has always been the rule. All income is taxable unless otherwise stated by the IRS. Now, here's the thing. If you have any income, it's got to be reported to the IRS, okay? That's just the deal. There's no changes to that. However, this is the new rule that has come into place as of 2022 because of the rules that were in the American Rescue Plan from March of last year in 2021. And again, this is very important because here's the thing. If one of these apps issues a 1099-K to you, and if you don't report that, as in your income does not reflect whatever money that they are reporting to the IRS on this 1099-K, we might have some issues then, okay? That's why I'm pointing this out and why I'm making such a big deal about this, because the IRS is making it very clear your income that you report to us on your 1040 or whenever you file your tax return, if your income that you file on your tax return, your 1040, does not include the income that's being reported from this 1099-K issued by these money transferring apps, then we're going to have a problem, okay? That's basically what the IRS is saying right now, okay? So I want to make this very clear. This is very important. Now, again, like I said, I've been doing a lot of research on this, and it is unanimous across the board from all these different pieces of information that I'm finding, all the experts that are talking about this and everything that's coming out. They're simply saying this is going to cause a huge, huge headache for a lot of people that have maybe been reimbursed throughout the course of the year for maybe food or groceries or filling up the car with gas or all kinds of different things, reimbursements, and therefore, unfortunately, a lot of times we don't know which of these payments are actually reimbursements versus actually payment for sale of goods and or services, right? Well, as a result of that, that's going to cause a huge headache for a lot of people. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of people out there that are maybe selling things on the side, like a side hustle, a side grind. Maybe you're selling things online. Maybe you're rendering services on the weekend. There's a variety of different things. There's a lot of different things that could be going on right now, right? And a lot of times people are being paid through these different apps. Again, maybe it's Venmo, maybe it's PayPal, maybe it's CashApp, maybe it's Apple Pay. It doesn't really matter. All of these electronic payment transfer services, they're all included, right? They're all going to be included. If anything totals over $600, that's where the problems come in. Now, again, just because it's over $600 doesn't mean, if it's under $600 doesn't mean I need to report it. No, I'm not saying that at all. Like I said earlier, all income must be reported to the IRS. That's kind of the overall rule. And the deal is, it's all taxable unless stated by the IRS. Now, again, you got to look into the rules. I'm not being your accountant right now. I'm not telling you what is taxable, what is not. But basically the rule with the IRS is all income is reportable, all income is taxable unless stated by us, the IRS, okay? So very important to understand here. And I want to point this out to you because this is very, very important here. And like I said, this is probably going to cause a lot of headaches for a lot of people, especially if you're somebody like, maybe you're just using these apps, recreationally, as in, maybe you have a kid, or maybe you have a spouse or something like that, or maybe you have a family member who goes out and does a few things for you every so often, and they pay on their own, and then they bring some items back to you, as in maybe they pick up groceries for you, or maybe they go and run and fill up your car with gas, or maybe they mow your lawn or things like this, and you pay them through one of these services. Well, it's going to be the same situation. Whether you're sending money to them or if they're actually sending money back to you, that's where the problem comes in, right? That $600 threshold. So the threshold was a lot higher over the previous few years here, but this is a new change as of 2022 because of the American Rescue Plan. So want to bring this to your attention. So if you happen to get here in the next couple months a 1099-K or some type of information from one of these money transferring apps, and they say, hey, your tax documents are available, you probably want to take a look at that. You probably want to print it out, and you probably want to keep that in your records for when you go to file your tax return, or if you file your tax return yourself, or if you have an accountant, if you have a CPA, it doesn't really matter. Whatever your situation is, however you report your income to the IRS each year, Keep that in mind, okay? Please take this into consideration. This is a serious issue. And again, the IRS right here is waving the flags saying, warning, warning, please be very aware of this, everybody. This is what's going on here, and it's a new rule thanks to the American Rescue Plan back in 2021. So, I wanted to bring this to your attention. Anyway, as I do get more details on this, of course, I'll keep you posted on this. But again, I can bring you another follow-up on this in the next couple months here. I would anticipate there might be some type of new changes or something that comes out that indicates, how do we know that these payments are actually being, payments for like actual income, as in rendering of goods and services, versus just reimbursement. To me, that seems like a huge headache, because honestly, how are you going to know that? How do they know that? I don't really know if there's a way that they know that other than looking at the little memo. And let's be real, how many of us just leave a little memo in there, like an emoji, right? I mean, seriously, how are they going to know, right? A lot of times it's just a little emoji that says, like, here's what this is from, right? So again, I don't really know. Anyway, I'll keep you posted as I do get more details. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, so you don't miss any videos going forward. Also, share this video with your friends, family, social media, especially if you know somebody that's actively using any of these money transferring apps. And again, I know that I continue going back to Venmo, PayPal, CashApp, Apple Pay, these ones like this, but realistically, there's a lot of other of these services out there. It pertains to all of them, not just these few that I've been talking about here. It pertains to all of them. The list goes on. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even know all of them that are out there. There's a lot of different ones that are out there. There's a lot of ones that are available, but these are the big popular ones that are out there. And again, you need to pay attention to all this. Anyway, share this video with anybody that you know may be in a situation where they're maybe, delivering groceries on the weekend, picking up fast food and delivering it on the weekends, getting paid through one of these apps by rendering services, mowing lawns, blowing leaves, shoveling snow, stuff like this. You gotta be aware of this stuff. Anyway, I'm here for you. Please subscribe down below, share the video, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Have a good one. Hope this one helps you, and I'll bring any further updates as I do get more information. Enjoy. I'll catch you again later in the next